All right, so let's start from the beginning. So Thursday, I left. I was supposed to leave at 11:30, and what had happened was I got my car from a place called Next Day Car. When I went to Next Day Car to get my car, my rent-a-car, those I don't know what was going on, but they were backed up. They had a lobby full of people. No one was getting a car. So the one woman, after she said that she's been standing there for an hour and a half, I was like, nah, I'm just gonna try to find another rent-a-car. Mm-hmm. Yes, Next Day Car. Yes, they said come tomorrow. um, so after that, I finally got a car at Enterprise, and they said my car would be ready at 1 o'clock. So I had to wait until 1, and then when I got there, they said, okay, the car is $429. No problem. And then they were like, there's a $300 deposit fee on top of that. I was like, okay, you should have told me that on the phone, but okay. Then they said, since my card doesn't have a chip in it, I have to use my mother's card, which does have a chip in it, and she has to be put on as the main driver, and I would be the backup driver, or the secondary driver. So that was additional. So I paid $800 something to rent this freaking car. I was so pissed off, because that was like all my spending money down there. But whatever. I finally got the car after all that bullshit, and then I didn't leave until like 2:30. Drove 6.5 hours down to North Carolina to my brother's place and hung out with him. We hung out, talked a lot, caught up, because I don't get to see my brother as much. I don't get to see him as much. So we hung up, caught up. He kept me up, and now mind you, I had to leave his house at 5 a.m. because the convention opened Friday at noon, and I had to be on the road. I had another 6 hours to go before I actually got to Atlanta. So I had to be on the road at 5. I didn't wake up until almost 7 o'clock. But I managed to get out of his place, get on the road at 7. Got down there at like 2:33. Funny thing, I did not know Atlanta, Georgia, like when you're on the highway, you can go up to 85, 90 miles an hour. I did not know that. That was my first time ever making a car go all the way up to 80, 95 miles an hour. Because, you know, usually it's like 60, 65. No. 85 to 90 miles an hour. That shit was insane. It was fun, but it was insane. So I get down there, set up, did like a very basic setup, just my books, my mystery prints, and then, my mystery boxes, and my portfolio book for people to look at. And I just sat it out there and waited and waited and waited. Now the thing about Fridays, whenever you start selling like art and stuff, Fridays are kind of like your dead days, unless you're like really popular. It's kind of like your dead days. And what I mean by that is, like, one, people are either in work, or they're at work, or they're in school, or stuff like that. So the beginning, the 3 hours I was actually okay with missing, because you don't get that much traffic coming through, because Fridays, you know, people are still working and at school and stuff. And then when they do come, especially if you have like a new property or you're just a new face in general, they're hesitant to spend money on you and investing in your stuff. So Friday is kind of more like the day where they get like the fan stuff, like with the stuff that they really want. Yes, the story of us starving artists. Yes, indeed. So they kind of overlook you and get the stuff that's already like popular or known from everybody, which is fine. So Friday I did a lot of just talking to random people. I gave like I was trying to be like encouraging to newer people who were like, this is my first year selling and I'm not selling anything on Friday and stuff like that. I was trying to encourage them and tell them that like Fridays are kind of like dud days unless you're like already really popular. So just don't judge your whole experience on Friday, because Fridays, like, they're your slow days. I only got 2 sales on Friday. I spent most of the time just talking to different people, talking to the different artists, um, trying to encourage them to continue doing stuff and stuff like that. So Friday was dud day. And then after Friday, or after the convention, it was over at 7, I went to my bed and breakfast. So when I was driving there, the neighborhood looked, I'm not gonna lie, so I got lost, and it's really weird how it's like one side is just like a nice normal area, and then the other side is like the hood. It was like a fine line between nice suburban area and then being in the hood. So I took a wrong turn and I ended up in the hood. And I was wind my windows. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Now I'm sorry. I don't mean to be that guy. I don't mean to be that black guy where I'm like, oh my god, I can't believe this. I don't mean to be the bougie black guy, but you gotta understand. That's not my, I'm not down. That's not my lifestyle. So best believe when I was driving past there, all my windows rolled up, all my doors were locked. Because I'm not about that life, and I don't claim to ever be about that life. So, so needless to say, I got the fuck out of there as soon as possible. And I found my way rather quickly. Um, so after I got out of there, I went to my Airbnb, and it was in a old church, which was kind of cool. It was like in a church. It had they had kind of gutted it out. So there were 2 bedrooms on the bottom floor, and then there was a big old kitchen slash recreation room. And then on the top floor there were 3 other bedrooms, like bigger bedrooms. They were like kind of like presidential type suites that they made it. There were rooms up there and they made them into like presidential type suites. But it was just me and this one other guy who was a vendor at the convention, and he was there, and he was cool. Like as soon as I walked through the door, he came out the room and he introduced himself, and um, he showed me all the food. There was a lot of freaking food. Just a lot of freaking food. It was freaking donuts and freaking fruit and pastries and all sorts of stuff. So like they did your boy justice when it comes to being off his diet. So did your boy justice. So I talked to the guy for a little bit. I went into my room after talking to him. Had my own bathroom, so that was nice. Nice, beautiful stand-up shower that was like it was like glassed off. Yes, food wars. It was a lot of food, buddy. It was a whole counter of food from like, let's see here. From, well, you can't see. You can't see. It was a lot of food. Let's just say that. It was a lot of freaking food. But anyway, it was a nice, I took a shower. It was a nice bathroom. It was about, from this closet door all the way over to my window that's over here. That was the size of the tub. I mean, not the tub, the shower. and it was like a glass shower. So yes, it was a big shower. It was a freaking big shower. I could like literally um, do a backflip in that shower. Like that's how huge it was. It was like it was a big thing. So I enjoyed the shower, singing my J Rock songs really loud because it's my bathroom for the weekend. And so as soon as I took a shower, I came on here for about 20 minutes just to see how everybody was doing. And then I only was on here for like 20 minutes, and then I kind of passed out on in the bed. So I was just dead tired from driving that whole time. So I was just like, went straight to bed. So then I woke up at about 7:30 in the morning. I was fully refreshed, and I remember that there was an artist, like a graffiti alley or a graffiti like monument mural. There we go. And so I was like, well, before the convention starts, because I couldn't get in there until 9. But so I noticed that there was a graffiti mural. So I went down there, and I will, if you look on my Instagram, you can see some of the artwork. But I will be making a Facebook video for this, and it'll show some artwork in it too. But dude, the freaking art was just amazing. They put Gucci Mane in Mega Man's uniform, and they called him Mega Man. That was funny. They had a big Wu-Tang mural that they made. That was one of my highlights. They had like like the drugged out looking cartoon characters. Like they had Homer Simpson, and he was like, his face was all like distorted and stuff, like he was high or something. That kind of stuff. It was just like a whole big wall of different things. So go to my Instagram and you can see those pictures. There was also an underpass. Now I was kind of scared of the underpass, I'm not gonna lie. Kind of scared of the underpass, but it was just when I saw people and they were just jogging and taking their stroller or like with their babies through the underpass, and like I was just like, okay, well I guess I could walk through there. And I'm glad I did, because like there was some really cool artwork under there. Like they had a lot of graffiti on the pillars that were holding up the bridge, all on the walls and everything. There was a lot of like artwork. So I'm glad I walked under there. Now I did get scared because I was sitting there taking pictures, and as I'm walking, I noticed something like moving, and it was a homeless guy, and he was like snuggled up in a box trying to get some sleep. So that startled me. But I mean, he didn't do anything; he was trying to sleep. So then I went to Kroger, got some food for the day, and then after I went to Kroger, I went to the convention. It was like 9:30ish or so. So I did my little setup, very simple setup, and I actually got like a good amount of sales. Like you would think, like, cause here it is, it's like I have my books, my mystery prints, and my portfolio. I don't have anything like standing up, like big old like signs or big old posters in the back or anything like that. It's just a simple flat design. Nothing spectacular. I didn't get any commissions, but what I started doing is, and this seemed to work really well, I just started sitting there drawing random characters that I wanted to draw, and then I would just charge $5 for the sketches. And I actually sold a lot, because I was drawing characters, like I was drawing Demon Slayer characters. I drew Broly from Dragon Ball Z. I drew Gold Lewis from Guilty Gear. I drew Pearl from Steven's Universe. I drew Sonic the Hedgehog. I drew Aaron from Attack on Titans. I did Bakugo from My Hero. So people were actually buying those. So I was getting like little $5 here and there just to draw random characters. So that was cool too. So I think I'm gonna carry that over too. So I'll draw like random characters and sell them for $5. Um, but yeah, I had a good amount of sales on my book. I actually almost sold out of my first batch of books before I opened the box. I had like five or six already. And the reason why I don't bring like a big batch of stuff is because, like I said, I'm still fairly new as an artist. So I don't want to overstock and then one, have a lot of shit to pack away and go away. But two, it actually helps you a lot when people realize that you've sold out of something, because then they're like, oh, F, I missed out on something. And then you direct them to your website. You direct them to your website and you tell them, well, you can buy it off the website. Aha. Aha. And that's how you stay relevant. My signal is whack. If I drop out, that's why. Okay, Cosmic. That's cool. So that's what you do. And that's what I did with my prints too when I sold out. Like, I don't bring any more than four. Like four of each print. Sometimes, Cosmic. Like, sometimes it works out for me. Other times, it depends. Like, as I get more and more known, then the trick works more and more. But right now it's kind of like it works enough, enough where it piques a little interest. Um, but it is a good idea. It's a good strategy to do. I think I learned that from somebody too. I can't remember which person I learned that from. Maybe it was a YouTube video that I was watching about selling at conventions, but they said that's what you want to do. You don't want to be like, you don't want to be the person where you're like, I just want to have all this stock because I don't want to let people down in case I sell this amount of books. No, you want to let people down. You want to let them down in that regard. You want to be like, sorry, I'm all sold out. That is like a good thing for you. That's not a bad thing. That's a good thing. So yeah, I met a lot of new people. I got invited to be in a photo op with all of the minority artists, creators there. So they put me in there. So that was nice. I'm usually not the type of person to get involved in stuff like that. Like, I'm not a. I need to shave. I need to shave. You see me keep messing with this. Like, it's. I need to shave because I hate when my hair is like screwed up over my lip. Anyway, whatever. I don't usually get in the whole let's just do stuff because we're minorities and stuff like that. I usually don't get involved in that, but I can see some merit into doing it, especially if the people that were doing it have been selling stuff a lot longer than you. So it's, if anything, it's a nice photo op to have those people around you. But I will say they were nice. They were cool. Like, there wasn't anybody who was like using that as a way to get ahead. They were kind of just like, you know, they weren't trying to make that like the reason why they're doing stuff. They were just chill, nice people that just happen to, you know, be this color. So, but everybody was real cool. I all the people at the artist alley were freaking amazing. They were so nice. So that was Saturday. So Saturday is kind of like, you'll get a lot more sales just because the time is usually extended. Like on Friday, so it was noon to 7. Then Saturday it was 10 to 7. So just because you have more time to sell, you'll usually get a lot more sales. Now Sunday, so oh wait, I didn't finish. So Saturday after the convention, I got some food from Varsity. It's called Varsity. It's like a burger and chili place, or a burger and hot dog place that's like local. So I got 2 chili dogs and fries. And it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad. It was the chili was actually really good. The chili was really good on the hot dogs, but everything else was kind of just like standard. But so after that I came home and I was just watching TV and whatnot. And then like I started hearing stuff outside that sounded like fireworks. And I was like, are they shooting off fireworks, or is this something else? A little more nefarious than that. Like, needless to say, after dark, I was not going outside. But it was all good. Nobody that I know of got hurt. So, um, then after that, I fell asleep watching Mike Tyson's Murder Mysteries, Mike Tyson's Mysteries on Adult Swim. I fell asleep watching that. Freaking hilarious show. Woke up Sunday. Sunday, I tried to make sure I packed everything, but I forgot my damn pants. And I unpacked the pants, but I left the pants somewhere, and I couldn't find the freaking pants when I was trying to leave, because I had to be out of there by 11. Checkout was at 11 a.m. So I could not find the pants for the life of me. I didn't know where I freaking put my pants. So I ended up losing my pants in Georgia. So after that, I came to the convention. Now, Sundays are amazing. This is why Sundays are amazing. Everybody's seen what they wanted to see. They got all the autographs that they really wanted to get. Now, it's the money that they have left. So whatever money that's just burning a hole in their pocket, and they're just like, oh, I gotta spend. That's where you show up. That's where you come in and they're like, man, I gotta spend this money. I only got a couple hours to spend this money. I've already bought everything I want. And this is what you do. Hey, I heard you got that extra $10. How about that manga that I did? They were buying my prints. They were buying my books. It was a good thing. It was a good thing. I talked to a lot of people. I took, like, every time I would leave my table, I would come back and there was literally like 1 or 2 people standing at my table already, just waiting to buy something. People were like, any of my sketches, like all my sketches were gone. $5 sketches that I were doing, gone. I was able to frame some people's work, like the prints. I brought some frames with me. People were buying those. So Sunday was great. Sunday is your moneymaker day. Um, what else noticeable happened? Um, now people like to pack early. Like, say if it's like an hour or so before the end of the event, they like to pack early. But for me, I stay until the very last minute. And the reason why is because, one, the people packing early are less competition now. So you don't have to worry about them. Two, people always wait until the last minute to spend their money. They always do. Like they will wait until they'll come by and they'll think your stuff is interesting and stuff. But then they'll be like, well, I'll come back. 9 times out of 10, the person that says, I'll come back, they'll either, well, there's two things that happen. One, they won't come back. Or two, they will wait until the very last minute. Exactly. Exactly. They will wait until the very last minute to see if you give them any sales or anything. And for me, I don't really like what I do is I have sales going throughout the whole convention. Like I had you can buy one book for 10 or you can buy both volumes of my book for 18. Then I had you could buy one print for $15 or you could buy three prints for 35. Like I always have sales going. So when it comes to Sunday and they're like sales, and I'm like, well, I've had sales going all week, and so I'm not going to change my prices because you literally had the whole weekend to have sales. So, and then they just pay it. They're like, well, whatever. So, it was good. It was good, and then I kind of hit the road. Now I will say this: there was two things that I noticed. It wasn't as packed like a normal convention, like pre-COVID. It was like literally, I would say the crowd was about maybe a third. I would say a third. It was literally like a third of the, like, you could easily move through people. And like normally when you go to a convention, it's like wall to wall. People are bumping into each other and blah blah blah. But a lot of vendors actually walked away very disappointed because the numbers were so low compared to like normal conventions. And it was two reasons. One, one is because of the pandemic, obviously. People are still a little weary about going to indoor events, and in Atlanta, as of right now, you don't have to wear a mask anywhere, unless the business says so. But they weren't enforcing that at the convention, so most people were walking around without a mask. And then two, the month before the convention, they got new management, and their new management did not promote the event like they should. I'm starting to notice that I need someone to go with me on these adventures. It's not. I get joy out of hanging out with people and interacting with people. Like if I'm gonna be on these long journeys, driving places and stuff, I need someone there. I need someone there to talk to drive with, etc., etc. Because it's just so boring. It's just boring, and I'm just like, ugh. I'm just like someone to hang out with would have been nice. Someone to banter off with. Someone to sing a whole bunch of songs in a car with. Like, it would have been nice. It wouldn't have been as boring of a drive.